Imagine waking up to find the child you thought was safe in a superstar's mansion has simply vanished. No farewell post, no birthday photos, just radio silence. Now, a furious Oscar nominee says he can prove where she went and why federal. Agents just tacked 2 new charges onto Sean Diddy Combs' indictment. Buckle up, because Ava Baron Combs may be the witness who topples hip-hop's most untouchable mogul. But that isn't even the wild part. April 2020. Most of us were wiping down groceries. Diddy was live streaming a Dance A Thon. Mid-groove, he pulled a shy, pale girl into frame. Breaking news. Papa Combs adopted a white child. Her name? Ava Baron Combs, maybe 8. Or 9. He joked about copying Madonna's international adoptions, praised her Scorpio energy, then urged the child to tell 150,000 viewers how he rescued her from the streets. The brothers, Justin and Christian, crowded around, camera rolling. Something felt off. Ava's shoulders hunched, voice barely above a whisper, eyes darting anywhere but the lens. Viewers spammed emojis and moved on. Hindsight cuts deeper. Why were Diddy's daughters missing from the dance floor if Ava supposedly wanted sister time? Why did a pandemic adoption happen live on Instagram before any legal paperwork surfaced? Days later, the clip faded under quarantine memes, but Ava did not appear in family photos again. Not at Christmas 2020, not at the 2021 BT Awards. She was a ghost, and ghosts leave questions, and that's when Terrence Howard decided to talk. Fast forward to April 8, 2025. On a no-filter podcast, Terrence Howard leans into the mic and drops a bomb. Diddy allegedly pestered him for weeks, asking for private acting lessons, then sat in silence, just staring. Howard's assistant finally spelled it out. I think he's trying to you. Howard walked, but not before warning other black men about so-called freak-off gatherings, where manhood is auctioned for power. He coined the hashtag #man card and dared anyone to face him eye to eye or end it in a duel. Listeners thought the tea ended there, until Howard hinted cryptically that he'd seen what happened to the little girl. Howard's choice of words, little girl, not woman, made Reddit detectives scramble back to that 2020 livestream. The timeline aligned too cleanly. Ava appears mid-2020, disappears by early 2021. Howard's warnings surfaced 2025. Coincidence? Or missing puzzle piece, the internet launched a manhunt. TikTok sleuth @TrueCrimeT stitched the live stream beside a recent mugshot montage. Where is Ava? Racked up 12 million views in 48 hours. Facebook group Finding Ava Baron spun up overnight, digging into Combs' family photos. They noticed Ava's last confirmed sighting was a brunch clip beside Diddy's twin daughters, posted, then deleted. Page 6 amplified the concern. Could a billionaire adopt without filing any paperwork? New York's Department of Social Services refused comment, citing an open inquiry. Meanwhile, TMZ unearthed that Ava's birth certificate still listed Baron, no Combs. 6 lawyers later, no adoption records surfaced. Time-stamped silence can be deafening. Fans recalled Britney's 2007 Umbrella Night. Still others whispered, "Remember R. Kelly's protege nobody saw until it was too late?" Ava's absence began to look less like a family choice and more like a firewall. That firewall cracked when an ex-bodyguard spoke up. Gene Deal guarded Diddy through East Coast-West Coast wars, the 90s club raids, Biggie's funeral. In a YouTube tell-all last summer, he claimed the Ava adoption was pure optics, a pandemic publicity play to soften Combs' image while dancers and roadies were furloughed. Deal alleged Diddy filmed hours of family footage, but ditched the narrative once the Dance A Thon buzz died. More chilling was Deal's aside. They ain't just looking for cash in them raids, they're looking for tapes. Ask why. Viewers gasped. Tapes of what? Deal wouldn't answer, but he leaned on the word underage. Suddenly, Ava's case felt less like a missing child mystery, and more like evidence locked in a hard drive. Prosecutors were thinking the same thing. On April 10, 2025, the Southern District of New York unsealed a superseding indictment. 2 fresh counts, an upgraded trafficking conspiracy, and reference to 3 numbered victims, one allegedly under 18 at the time of travel. The document lays out freak-offs, private performances Combs arranged, directed, and recorded. Investigators say Combs lured women, and at least one minor, across state lines, paying rent and flights, then weaponizing that support as leverage. The ages in the filing match Ava's exactly. She would have turned 12 in 2021, during the timeframe prosecutors cite. The indictment doesn't name her, but chatter inside legal blogs exploded. Victim 3 lines up with Ava's last public appearance. If true, her testimony would convert rumor into RICO reality. But one unlikely executive producer claims to hold even more graphic proof. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson loves two things: petty rivalries and lucrative TV deals. Last year, he posted an olive green movie slate, Did He Do It? Coming soon, GLG. Skeptics rolled eyes, until Variety confirmed Netflix picked up the doc. Then Jackson tweeted, "They can't charge him for what we saw, but we can't unsee it." Insiders told Hindustan Times the footage includes never-before-seen minors and a timestamp that places Ava in Diddy's LA mansion during an adult-only party. Netflix's legal team reportedly demanded bulletproof provenance before final cut. If Jackson's files pass the chain of custody test, prosecutors could amend charges again, this time with undeniable video. But Jackson teased he may premiere the clips on screen first, forcing the public to confront what the courtroom will redact. Either way, Combs' defense just lost sleep, and Terrence Howard is still waiting for that duel. With jury selection penciled for May 12th, the DA's office is scrambling to secure reluctant witnesses. Rumor is Ava, now 14, lives under state protection. If she testifies, she confirms transport across lines, nullifying any consensual spin. Howard, meanwhile, tweeted a grainy video on April 6th, "Say it to my face or pick the weapons, integrity or iron." He didn't name Combs, but the demand card tag left no doubt. Fans flooded the thread. Bring Ava, set her free. The tweet was deleted within an hour, but screenshots live forever. Defense attorneys are expected to attack every witness's credibility. Howard knows the playbook. He's watched Hollywood recycle it for decades. That's why he's betting on raw courage. Either Ava walks in and stares her alleged abuser down, or the empire stands. Yet this isn't just one empire's reckoning. Bill Cosby hid behind America's Dad. Harvey Weinstein flaunted Oscar night. R. Kelly sang, "I Believe I Can Fly" at the Grammys while victims begged for help. If allegations against Combs are true, he took their blueprint and streamed it. Through Revolt. The casting couch went digital. The hush money became brand deals, and TikTok clips blurred exploitation into viral content. Ava's story is a mirror. The rhetoric of charity adoption shields business as usual, while a teenage girl's life becomes clickbait. So the question isn't only whether Diddy falls, it's how many insiders wrote NDAs, cashed checks, and scrolled past warning signs. In an era of omnipresent cameras, silence remains the strongest currency. Which brings us back to you, watching this video. If a 14-year-old girl steps onto that witness stand, will the music industry finally stop protecting its kings? Or will the crowd cheer another comeback tour and let the cycle reboot? Drop your thoughts below. And if you still have that 20-on-20 Dance A Thon clip on your phone, DM us. We're archiving every frame. Facts fade. Evidence endures. See you in the comments. Please like, subscribe, and share.